hit like now. Episode 28 takes you into Jack's battle as he fights against a dark plot to save Tu Tien and bring new faith. In the early morning light, Tu Tien and Jack strolled side by side along the newly extended chicken coop. The sun cast a gentle glow on the freshly hatched chicks, 9 fluffy little ones scurrying around, chirping non-stop. Tu Tien couldn't hide her delight as she crouched down, counting each chick with a bright smile. "Look at them," she said to Jack. "They just hatched and they're already so energetic. I'll have to keep a close eye on them or they'll wander off." Jack chuckled, eyes still following the playful brood. "You're right. And I notice your dog's about to give birth too. Looks like the farm's about to get even livelier." Still, the joy came with a hint of worry. Tu Tien grew quiet for a moment. "With all these chicks and the puppies coming soon, I'm afraid I won't be able to handle everything by myself. Maybe I should find someone to help watch over the farm." Jack nodded thoughtfully. "That's a good idea. I've been wanting you to take it easier anyway, and honestly, I'm worried about your health and safety too." Tu Tien shook her head gently. "I know, but I still want to stay here. This farm means a lot to me. It's my heart and soul, and I don't want to keep troubling your mum." Jack sighed, knowing he had to respect her decision, even though his concern didn't fade. After checking the animals, Jack led Tien out to the porch and pulled a small box from his bag. Inside was a brand new smartphone. Tien was caught off guard. "You bought this for me? But I don't really know how to use this kind of stuff." Jack smiled warmly. "I just want you to be able to reach me easily. If anything ever happens, just call. I've already saved my number in here. You just tap it and it'll dial me. You should also set up a social media account. It'll help you keep in touch with friends and ask for advice when you need it." She held the phone carefully, a little overwhelmed but grateful. "I'm afraid I'll break it. Seems complicated." He waved it off. "Don't worry, you'll get the hang of it. You're important to me. I don't want to lose contact." They sat together for a while as Jack walked her through the basics. How to take photos, make a video call, send a message. She laughed nervously, fumbling a little, but tried her best to learn. In the middle of it, Jack's phone rang. It was a sudden work emergency. He stood up, frowning. "I have to go right now. Be careful, okay? Call me if anything happens." Tu Tien nodded, clutching the phone to her chest as she watched him leave the farm. Though worry tugged at her heart, she smiled gently, feeling the warmth of his care. She told herself she would do her best to take care of the animals and the farm, so he wouldn't have to worry when he was away. In the late afternoon, Jack received a call from the head office. He had officially been promoted after years of hard work. The news filled him with excitement and he immediately called his mother to share it. She beamed with joy, replying, "I knew you'd make it. We have to celebrate tonight." Jack laughed and told her to get dinner ready. He'd stop by the office briefly before heading home. By the time Jack returned, twilight had settled over the sky. Walking into the living room, he found his mother setting the dinner table with all his favorite dishes. Sitting down, Jack eagerly recounted how the higher-ups had recognized his efforts and the key projects he'd contributed to. His mother listened proudly, offering her blessings and encouraging him to keep pushing forward. Midway through the meal, she nudged him gently. "Don't forget to tell Tu Tien the good news. I bet she'll be so happy for you." Jack nodded, planning to call her later, though he still had some urgent tasks to wrap up with his assistant, Huyen. Meanwhile, Huyen sat at Jack's office desk, her eyes fixed on the computer screen, focused, yet with a glint of calculation behind her expression. She browsed through folders of building plans and bid proposals, thinking to herself, "If I can get my hands on this data, I might be able to cut a side deal and earn a little something for myself." Just then, Jack and his mother walked in with documents to review. Huyen quickly exited the screen and turned to greet them with a professional smile. The three sat down to discuss the urban development project and a few upcoming plans following Jack's promotion. Huyen took notes diligently, nodding along without a trace of suspicion. Jack's mother, seeing her hard at work, assumed she was simply a dedicated employee. No red flags in sight. Back at the farm, Tu Tien was still busy with her daily chores. She'd been washing clothes and sweeping the yard, occasionally darting into the garden to check on the ripening bananas. She'd cut and tied each bunch carefully, prepping them for the morning market run. Though her legs still ached a little, she pushed through, worried that if the bananas over-ripened, they'd lose value. "Gotta keep at it," she thought. "I need to clean the animal pens this weekend and stock up on food for the mama dog." She had considered calling Jack to congratulate him. She'd heard rumors about some good news at his company, but hesitated, not wanting to disturb him. In the end, she simply smiled to herself, hoping he would be the one to call and share the joy with her so they could celebrate this milestone in his career together. In the morning, Tu Tien carried several ripe bunches of bananas to the market. She laid out a small plastic sheet on the ground and carefully arranged the bananas in neat rows to make it easier for customers to choose. The weather was pleasantly cool and the market was busy. Her bananas sold quickly. By late morning she had sold out, collecting a handful of small bills, just enough to buy chicken feed and a few marrow bones to make porridge for the dog. Though her legs still ached a little, she was cheerful, grateful that everything had gone smoothly and she'd earned a bit more to help cover farm expenses. Unbeknownst to her, among the noisy crowd, her former mother-in-law, the very woman who had once thrown her out of the house, spotted her by chance. Hiding behind a few market stalls, the woman kept her eyes fixed on Tu Tien, watching her every move. Tu Tien, completely unaware she was being followed, went about her errands, stopping by the feed store, then picking up a few bones at the butcher's stall, carefully wrapping them in newspaper. Meanwhile, Jack was on his way to find Tu Tien and share his good news. He'd just been promoted. His heart was light with joy, and the first person he wanted to tell was her, the woman he trusted and cherished. He stopped by the market, hoping to find her there, but she was already gone. With no luck, he headed back to the farm, deciding to wait. Under the scorching midday sun, Jack stood at the farm gate, eyes fixed on the road, hoping she'd return soon. Sure enough, not long after, Tu Tien appeared at the end of the dirt path, a bag of feed slung over one shoulder and a bundle of bones in her hand. Her former mother-in-law continued to follow discreetly, hiding behind a clump of bamboo nearby. Seeing Jack, Tu Tien smiled and waved, still oblivious to the fact that she was being watched. Jack rushed to her side, grabbing her hand with excitement. "I just got promoted. You're the first person I wanted to tell." Tu Tien's eyes widened in surprise, then softened with joy as she congratulated him. "I've been feeling the pressure lately with all the work piling up on the farm," she admitted, "but I'm determined to stick with it. I want to keep learning, so I won't have to rely on you so much." Jack nodded, his gaze warm and steady. "I support you, always. We can figure out how to grow the farm together. There's no need to worry." As they chatted and walked into the courtyard, the sound of barking echoed in greeting. From the bamboo thicket, her ex-mother-in-law watched bitterly, her fists clenched at her sides, before she silently turned and walked away. Back at the farm, Tu Tien and Jack sat down together, sharing their thoughts and hopes for the future. A sense of calm settled over her, knowing that no matter what lay ahead, he respected her and would always stand by her side. In the late afternoon board meeting, Jack Le and his rival Nguyen Thiet emerged as the final two candidates for the position of branch director. The room fell silent as the chairperson outlined the evaluation criteria: leadership ability, dedication to the job, and contributions to society. Jack's name was met with praise. He had assisted residents after the Yagi storm and participated in numerous infrastructure projects benefiting the community. Nguyen Thiet, despite his long years of experience, was seen as rigid and less adaptable. During the secret ballot, Jack received 5 out of 7 votes, beating Nguyen Thiet. Though Thiet showed clear dissatisfaction, the outcome was final. The chairperson announced, "Congratulations, Le Jack is officially appointed as branch director." The room broke into applause. Jack stood, bowed to the board, thanked them for their trust, and promised to give his all to the new role. Leaving the meeting room, Jack immediately called Tu Tien. When he met her, he excitedly installed a few productivity apps on her phone and smiled. "My inauguration is this weekend. I'd love for you to come with me and get familiar with the company environment." Tu Tien hesitated, then nodded. "I've never been to such a formal event before. I don't even know what to wear." Hearing that, Jack decided to take her into the city to shop for some new clothes and shoes. At the shopping mall, Tu Tien glanced at the price tags and instinctively winced. They were steep. She said softly, "I think stuff from the local market would do just fine. No need to spend so much." Jack smiled gently and picked out a well-made dress. "You need something elegant and properly fitted so you can feel confident standing next to me. Quality clothes last longer. Cheaper ones wear out fast, and that ends up wasting money anyway." Reluctantly, Tu Tien agreed and tried on a few dresses, eventually choosing a soft pastel one that looked both graceful and comfortable. Jack also picked out a pair of athletic shoes for her. You'll need comfy shoes in case the ceremony goes long, he explained. As they left the mall, the two laughed and chatted with ease. Tu Tien began to truly feel Jack's thoughtful nature. It wasn't just about looking presentable. He genuinely wanted her to feel included in his professional world. I believe in you, Jack told her. You don't need to feel out of place. Holding the shopping bag close, Tu Tien felt a wave of warmth and reassurance rising quietly within her. As the evening sun dipped low, Jack drove Tu Tien back to the farm after their shopping trip in the city. She chuckled softly, admitting she still wasn't used to the new dresses and shoes. Jack smiled reassuringly. You look beautiful. You'll get more comfortable with them over time. As they pulled up to the gate, the mother dog came running, wagging her tail excitedly and circling their legs. Tu Tien knelt down to stroke her soft fur, laughing gently. I brought something for the puppies too. I'll cook them some bone porridge in a bit. Just then, Officer Nan from the local police unexpectedly arrived. Spotting Jack and Tu Tien, he approached them with a serious yet slightly relieved tone. Good afternoon. I came to inform you that we've apprehended Hoai and Hoai at the airport. They were attempting to flee the country. Both are suspected of masterminding Tu Tien's kidnapping. Hearing this, Tu Tien's eyes widened in shock, and she instinctively reached for Jack's hand. Officer Nan continued, That's not all. We've uncovered several other criminal acts tied to them. They're currently in custody and under investigation. He then pulled a sealed envelope from his bag and handed it to Jack. This came from an anonymous sender in Cam Ranh, Khan Hoa. The letter details your situation and reveals that Hoang had previously tried to harm Tu Tien, like the incident with the wrong IV medication. The sender seems to know a lot. Tu Tien took the letter, her heart pounding. She carefully opened it and skimmed the content. The writer expressed deep sympathy for her and confirmed that Hoang had indeed plotted against her for quite some time. With a sigh, she murmured, So, she had it out for me all along. At least now, it's over. Officer Nan shook Jack's hand and excused himself to return to work. Jack and Tu Tien sat down together, both feeling a storm of emotions they couldn't quite name. Jack gently placed a hand on her shoulder, his eyes filled with concern. I'm so sorry you had to go through all that. But now that they've been caught, you can feel safer. Tu Tien nodded, setting the letter aside with care. I want to keep it. I need to read it properly later to understand everything that's happened. Officer Nan said goodbye, reminding them to reach out if they needed anything further. Alone again, in the stillness of the farm, Tien leaned quietly against Jack. I'm glad the bad guys were caught, she whispered. He wrapped his arm gently around her and promised, From now on, I'll do everything I can, so you never have to go through that kind of pain again.
An đề nghị chia tài sản công bằng cho cô một phần gia súc như trâu, heo, gà để có vốn sống. Tuy nhiên Chiến, người chồng cũ, lạnh lùng tuyên bố cô ta đã ra khỏi nhà này, đừng có mong lấy bất cứ thứ gì. Lời nói của gã càng làm không khí căng tràn. Khi mẹ chồng hùa theo, lớn tiếng cấm đoán cả trưởng thôn và Tự Tiên. Dưới sức ép của gia đình Chiến, dù trưởng thôn cố gắng giúp đỡ nhưng cũng chỉ biết bất lực. Tự Tiên đứng đó lặng lẽ nhìn chồng cũ và cảm nhận rằng từ nay mọi thứ đã chấm dứt, không còn mái nhà, không còn tài sản, không còn chút tình nghĩa xưa, chỉ còn lại nỗi đau. Chắc đắn quyết định chia ly với quá khứ. Tự Tiên siết chặt chiếc áo cũ kỹ, cúi đầu quay lưng rời đi. Trưởng thôn mặc dù đầy tiếc nuối nhưng bước theo chân cô để lại sau lưng gia đình bạc bẽo một cuộc đời cay đắng. Tự Tiên ngồi thu mình bên hiên nhà, đôi bàn tay gà guộc run run ôm lấy gối, nước mắt lặng lẽ chảy dài trên đôi má hốc hác. Cô không còn đủ sức gạt đi những giọt lệ tủi nhục, chỉ có thể lặng lẽ cúi đầu đi, giấu đi nỗi đau dâng tràn trong lòng ngực. Những tiếng cười nói rộn ràng trong nhà